Algeria is said to be rounding up migrants, busing them to a remote area in the Sahara Desert and forcing them to cross over the border into neighboring Niger. The practice is known as pushbacks. An NGO monitoring migration in the region says up to 4,000 migrants and refugees have arrived in the Nigerian town of Assamaka in April alone. Assamaka is about 15 kilometers away from Point Zero. This is the location Algerian authorities are dumping the migrants. Now, once abandoned here, they have no choice but to walk for hours in extreme temperatures, often without food and water.
They took everything away from us. Money, mobile phone. I couldn't take anything at all with me, apart from these 2 buckets you can see.
Algerian officials have been accused of cruelty and inhumane treatment towards migrants, and the pushbacks have been a source of diplomatic tensions with Niger. Algeria, like Tunisia and Libya, serves as a transit point for migrants trying to reach Europe. The journey involves crossing vast stretches of the Sahara before making the dangerous attempt to cross the Mediterranean Sea. And for more on this, we can bring in the NGO at the heart of the story, Alarme for Sahara. Moctar Yaye is a rights activist in Niger and one of the co-founders of the network. Welcome to DW News Africa, Moctar. Before we look at this latest case in more detail, can you tell us a little bit more about Alarme for Sahara, how you came to set it up, who's involved, and the work that you do?
Thank you. Alarme for Sahara is a transnational initiative with different activists from Africa and Europe that took the situation seriously after 2015, when the country of Niger became one of the strategical points of EU for outsourcing its border controlling. So after 2015, after the Valletta summit, Niger, the country become very horrible for migrants to cross the country. Usually, people cross the country to go toward a northern country of Africa, either Algeria or Libya, normally legally without problem. But after 2015, it became very dangerous for people due to the legal framing that Niger put on the migration issue, and then it become more dangerous, more deadly, and it violates a lot of human rights or the right of the people on the move. So as activists already on some justice issue, we decided to set up the initiative of Alarme for Sahara with 3 main objectives, which is to raise first awareness about the situation, secondly trying to document about the human rights violation that's happening over there, and thirdly to rescue people whenever they are in distress in the desert.
The numbers in this latest pushback are shocking, more than 4,000 this month alone. But this isn't the first time, is it?
This pushback between Algeria and Niger is not the first time. We've been monitoring this situation almost 5 years. Next 7 years, I will say, because it started mostly in 2018 between Algeria and Niger. In 2014, already there was agreement between the Republic of Niger and Algeria to bring back the citizens of Niger, only citizens of Niger. But since 2017 and 18, it became worse because Algeria started pushing all black people, I would say, all the black migrants toward the country of Niger. And it's very horrible and inhuman because people are dropped at a special point called Point Zero, where they have to walk between this place to the first village, almost 15 kilometers before they reach the first village of Niger, Assamaka, where they can have assistance. So it's not new, it's been going on, and even during the pandemic era, like 2020 and 2021, 2022, Algeria continued to push back people in this manner.
Moctar, you were just saying that there was an agreement between Niger and Algeria that Algeria could send back Nigerian citizens. But the point you're making about Algeria is now pushing back all black African migrants. Could you give us a sense where the others come from, the ones who are not from Niger?
You have different nationalities. When I say different, you have almost West African, East Africans, because you have people from Mali, from Senegal, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Chad, from Burkina, from Guinea, and sometimes you even have some people which are not from Africa. You have sometimes Bangladesh, some people once from Yemen and other Syrian that Algeria pushed back. Those especially because they are not Africans, the country of Niger or the authorities also push them back toward Algeria.
Right. So as you were describing for us there, the Algerian authorities are rounding up mostly African migrants, others included as well, taking them to the heart of the Sahara Desert, abandoning them there, leaving them to walk 15 kilometers, if you've told us, to walk across the border to the nearest town in Niger. You have met some of the migrants who've been pushed back from Algeria. How were they after this ordeal?
Very horribly, because as I said, we've been monitoring this situation almost 5 years, more than I would say, and all the testimonies that we have from the migrant it's very inhuman, because Algerian authorities automatically, since the beginning, they started to collect or to get to take their phones in their hands. So it means they seize their belongings. Sometimes they are beaten. We have also some testimony of women being raped sometimes, and horrible situations. And we have sometimes even death that's happening once the migrant arrived on the soil of Niger. An example, from March, 22nd of March till 22 of April this year, almost, we documented 5 people that died once after they've been pushed back. So they are violating, they are beating, they are very harassing by the Algerian security forces.
Moctar, on the Nigerian side of the border where you are based, how are authorities reacting to this crisis?
Okay, I will say the authorities, they react how they can, because since years, the authorities, the former regimes and the recent and the current one, they all tried to ask Algeria to stop pushing back people in this manner on the soil of Niger, but there is not possibility. So once the people arrive, they assist them as they can with the help of the international organizations and the local one. As we, Alarme from Sahara, we try to put those people pushed back in a situation that they can be solved, or they can be treated before they get returned to their home countries. This is the point. And I will say it's now getting more voices, because simply, I think politically it's become difficult between Algeria and the country of Niger and the other countries of Sahel states alliances, which is IOS, because we have testimony of migrants of this country, of these countries like Nigerian, Malian, and Burkinabes, saying that they have mostly treated specially and badly.
Moctar, we know that the migrants on the move, transiting through these countries, are mainly seeking to get to Europe. Can you tell us what the European Union's role in all of this is?
The role of European Union and the state members, I would say, is huge. For us, we hold EU and the state members accountable for what is going on. First, there is this moral responsibility, because EU has its tradition to preach human right defending. So what is going on is against all the international convention, is against the conventions of non-refoulement that most of the countries ratify. And technical and practical or legal accountability of EU is its cooperation, bilateral cooperation with Algeria, because EU is funding Algeria and assisting him. It was difficult for us to find evidences of those cooperation, but now it's clear, it's evident. We know recently we had an article mentioning that a country, especially like Germany, is cooperating with Algeria since 2017, training the police and for security in border rescuing.
And what needs to happen, Moctar, to stop people being abandoned and dying in the desert?
I think what needs to happen, might be various. I think the law should be used in its right way. Justice should be played because, as I said, it's not normal to let states acting as they wish because they are under international law. They ratify some laws, so they are under. I think international law should do their job, and also the powerful country, the EU and the UN at its level should condemn and should make those human rights violations stop by using all the instruments that are at their disposal, the legal instrument, because I think it existed. I'm not a specialist of law, but at least it exists some international law that regulates states of how to behave and how to respect international law. And there is also this important thing, which is to consider not migration as a threat or not migration as a security issue, because people sometimes flee to find for protection. And I think it's the rights of the people to look for protection, and it's a duty for the state to give this protection for people whenever they are looking for.
All right, that is Moctar Yaye, the rights activist and founder of the network Alarme for Sahara. Thank you for your insights and the work you're doing.
You're welcome.